You guys see that too? There's a mysterious red dot on my forehead. Looks like it just appeared out of nowhere. Me and the mysterious red dots, man, they just like appear on like my body. I think I'm getting abducted by aliens at night. Guys, I've suspected it for a while, and now confirmed alien abduction, because remember the one on my nose as well, so and I did just see another UFO a couple nights ago. Like I kid you not, guys. I did actually, like, seriously, for real. I saw another. I think I saw at least it was a government aircraft of some sort, because I mean I watched this thing outside of my window, and it was hovering. It moved in one direction, it moved in another direction, then it was hovering like a star for a little while, and then it just started flying, and it flew over my house like a jet. So it's got to be like some kind of like advanced government aircraft. I'm something, and you guys probably think I'm crazy, but like I see stuff all the time right out this window right here. I see all kinds of crazy stuff all the time, and you know, I don't know. It's just like, is it just me, or does, like, I don't know, it just feels like the world is just getting crazier right now. I mean, obviously, you know, there's a lot of things going on right now in the world that are, like, you know, getting crazy, you know, especially in the United States right now. But I'm just talking, like, in general. Just maybe like people are starting to act a little bit more crazier. I'm starting to see crazy stuff in the air at night. You know, like I don't know if like UFO sightings have spiked or something like that. It's something I should check out, though. You know, some to see if UFO sightings have might have spiked. But yeah, just people are just acting crazy. You know, like people are just acting crazy in general. It seems I don't know. It just seems these days that things are a bit more unhinged than usual, and it feels kind of odd, to be honest with you guys. It just feels odd. You know, even just this morning, to be completely honest with you guys, you know, I didn't even want to film today. You know, like I just got off of work. You know, like usual. You know, come in here and turn on the camera. But man, when I woke up this morning, like I was feeling like I had this huge weight on me. I don't know if you guys have ever felt like that, but I felt like I just had this huge weight just like on me, and it wasn't like anything. It was like a mental weight, but it was causing me like physical distress. You know, I was just like, all through work, I was just dragging, and I just, like, you know, and I just was, you know, I hate to. It just, you know, sometimes I just get in this bad mood, you know, because I start thinking, you know, I see some of like my favorite YouTubers out there, and they're just, you know, they're making like, they're not making like a full-time job living off of it, but they're making somewhat of a living. These guys are doing very, very well for themselves, you know, between what they make on AdSense and how they, you know, all their Patreons that are supporting to their cause, and it's just so wonderful to see all the support behind these guys in this community, behind these guys and stuff like that. But then you just, you know, you look at, and I know that, you know, I shouldn't do this, but I start to look at myself in comparison to other channels out there, and like that's what gets me depressed. You know, like that's what gets me so depressed, is I'm like, why am I not there yet? You know, it's like, even though, and like I said, you know, it's like I shouldn't be doing this to myself, you know, I shouldn't be beating myself up, you know, because I have to allow myself time. You know, you have to allow yourself time to really grow, and, you know, some people grow faster than others, you know, but I always, you know, do that thing where, and I'm comparing myself to other people, and I shouldn't do that, but it just gets to me sometimes. And, you know, I just start getting depressed, honestly, about it, because it's like, you know, am I gonna do this job, you know, because I don't have the most glamorous job outside of, you know, my you know, video channels here. You know, YouTube is just I should say this, you know, my job is what I do for YouTube. You know, YouTube, I have 3 channels on here that I'm trying to create and build, and you know, it's difficult, just like it is for everyone. You know, it's difficult starting out and stuff like that. And what you guys have to understand is that, you know, the work that I do outside there in the real world, like, I just consider that to be a moneymaker. I'm not the type of worker that's, like, you know, excited to be there every day and, like, super happy to, like, you know, be in my productive environment and, like, you know, like, all about my job and stuff like that. You know, I'm not like that. You know, like, I'm just there to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, I'm just there to collect, you know, put my head down, collect my paycheck, and then go home. Because at home here in my office, this is where I do all of my creative stuff. And I strive to be like all those YouTubers that I watch, because that's what I want to do. I want to be able to use my creativity and my imagination to be able to produce income, because that's every artist's dream. I mean, you go back to like people like Van Gogh, you know what I'm saying? Like who died before their time, who were always starving artists, who never had any money. It's like, this stuff isn't, that type of notion, that isn't brand new. That's going back to like ancient times. Is that, artists like myself, it's like we're often broke. We often live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because we're so focused on what we're doing at home, all of our creativity and all of our imagination, right? And that's what we want to use to support ourselves, because that's what we're good at. And that's what that's what I strive to do. Is that everybody in this world is here to do specific things. Everybody has their own thing. Some people are artists and musicians and writers, and some people are poets and photographers, and some people are really, really hardcore, working class workers, and they're builders and they're masons and they're creators, and that, right? They're architects and they're designers and stuff like that, right? And I look at myself kind of like that. I'm like the architect and designer of creativity, except that, I'm not building anything physically. I'm using my imagination to come up with things, to create art, to create music, to create YouTube channels and photography, and all these creative, artistic things, which is a very, very, very important asset to the world that is slowly starting to kind of lose its meaning. And we need true visionaries and true artists still in the community that are sharing the love of what they're doing and continuing to build family, because that's really what it's about. The world needs that to continue to heal, and to always have that as that ray of energy, that light, that light side, if you will, of energy in the universe. So that's why I want to be a creator. That's why every time I get depressed, I'm always reminded that, at least I get to come home and I get to be in this studio here and I get to create for, even though it's a small fan base, it's a hearty fan base. And it's a fan base that really loves the material that I put out. So I feel proud about what I do. And I'm always reminded every day, just by reading like a simple comment or something like that, why it is I do what I do. And that's why you guys shouldn't let yourself get depressed. If you guys find yourself in my situation, struggling to do something, if there's something in your way, just get rid of it, and move forward. You know what I'm saying? Because you are always going to face obstacles. It's not like you're just going to slide into every position. I mean, some people in this world certainly seem to slide into a lot of positions, and that's something else that irritates me quite a bit. But let's not go down that road. Let's not open up that argument. But as for me, that's why I strive to be creative and imaginative, because I think it's just something that's dying off, and in this world, at least true imagination and creativity, it's just kind of getting muddled over by all of this kind of crap that's surrounding the entertainment sphere, if you will. And it's time to, sort things out and to really break through all of the madness that's out there, and find passion again. I think that's what people need to find, is just passion again. And speaking of being passionate, I was trying to be passionate yesterday with my work on my Star Wars channel, and I had to cancel my making my videos yesterday because there were, construction workers outside all day. Of course, we're all going to run into these problems every now and again, people interrupting. But, these skylights here, they just aren't completely soundproof. So when there's construction workers outside, all of that noise is just going to flood right in, all that vibration that's going through the apartment. And then after that, in the evening time, I live right by the waterfront here, so all of the bands that play down on the pier in the waterfront started to play, and then you could hear the bass drums reverberating through the wall and the guitars playing and everything, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to do this tomorrow morning. And then I woke up this morning, and I'm in the middle of my videos again, and this time, somebody's outside doing yard maintenance. They got leaf blowers going and lawnmowers going outside, and I had to delay again and wait, and it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, you guys want me to wake up at like 6 in the morning and do my videos because like that's the only time that's silent, and it's just like, it's just the hassles of being a small YouTuber, definitely, because once again, it backs up what I was just talking about. All of my favorite YouTubers out there, they have these great spaces to record out there because they're financially stable enough to get themselves places that are quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's where I'm trying to get myself. I'd like to get myself like an art studio someday. And not even separate. Like, I just like to get myself like a new apartment in a quieter area with a room that I can use for an office that I can like completely soundproof off, that I know is going to be completely quiet, and then I can use that as like my apartment / art studio. And that's kind of what I'm doing here, but here is just like, I don't have, what I'm saying is, I don't have the dowry, if you will, right, to be able to set this apartment up the way I would like to set it up, because, normally you guys would see art equipment everywhere, and you guys would see music equipment everywhere, and I probably wouldn't be living on the 3rd floor in a cramped apartment because I'd have, musical equipment, and like I just said, drum sets and guitars and amplifiers, and I'd want a place to play my music, and I'd want a place, I want to get a bunch of like synthesizers and mods and stuff like that, a place to store all that stuff, just an art studio, like an actual, like real creator's studio, if you will. And that's just, it's one of the things that I'm looking forward to most in the future, is being able to be financially stable enough off of, YouTube and off of amazing people like, all you guys and all my fans out there, Patreon and stuff like that, to be able to be financially stable enough to get my my studio up and running, my art studio that is, of course, up and running full time, and I'll be able to upload constantly. You're talking like 7 days a week. I'll be able to upload constant, John's just Star Wars stuff, but movie stuff and vlog stuff, art and music and all kinds of creations. And I'd be out filming and traveling, taking you guys with me when I was traveling places and stuff like that. So. Yeah, it's just, those are some of the things that I'm just thinking about today, that I was thinking about at work today. I was just getting depressed. I honestly was just getting depressed a little bit, because I was like, is this what I'm going to be doing for like the rest of my life? Like, is this a job? Like, am I going to be one of those like, I always had fears about that, like, am I going to be one of those forgotten YouTubers that's just, that is displaying all this talent, but just for some reason, just doesn't make it, that just kind of gets looked over, and I just don't want to be in that position. I'm always putting the most work and most passion into my material that I'm releasing, that I can, so that I can just continue to share my passions with people, and like I said, build the community and build the family and become a much bigger part of the YouTube world. So I think that's going to wrap it up for my vlog today. Good 15-minute vlog for today. So let me know what you guys think about all of the thoughts that I've shared with you. Of course, leave all of your thoughts and opinions down below in the great white void. I want to hear from you guys, as always. And I will see you guys for the next vlog, either later today or tomorrow, or if anything interesting happens. Maybe if a UFO flies over the house, we can always hope. But until then, take care, guys, and I'll see you later.